Actually, I have a very important announcement. The bar right behind me is closing. If you need a drink, you'll have to go to the main bar. I told them I really wasn't concerned, but I know most of you have found it already. However, if you would, I really would appreciate if people would return. We want to leave you a lot of time at the end of this little program so that you can just socialize and move around. But there are a couple things that we really want to accomplish before you go. And I'm going to apologize to the people along in this row. We had so many people. I know you have difficulty seeing the screen behind me. So we may be forced to have some of you people move. But I can't move the screen without somebody being blocked. So you are free to move your chair. If you'd like to be able to see Chip,
thank you, sir.
Our intent. It's time for roll call. I want to make sure that nobody has skipped out of class or anybody has moved into class that shouldn't be here. So in order to do that, I keep updating this list because it changes not only daily but hourly. We had an attendee that we didn't plan on, and so this program has been modified within the last 2 hours.
Did he beg?
So, and in fact, there may be others that I'm not aware of. So we're gonna have a little test here. And what I'm going to ask during this roll call is to have you stand up if you can. You don't have to. However, what we'd like you to do is not only give your name, and I'm going to give your name as it is in the yearbook. So at least half of you, I know, have changed names. I'd like you to introduce yourself. If you have a guest with you, I would appreciate that you, if you would give the name of your guest. I think they're trying to sell pictures back here, which, by the way, you can get before you do. And you're going to have to speak loudly, as probably most of you may have realized from last night's session. My hearing leaves a lot to be desired, and I talked to a lot of people about the best type of hearing aids. I haven't found one yet. Half the people I've discussed this with have them in their pocket. So I'm not sure they help a whole heck of a lot. So I really appreciate, as best you can, to stand where you are and give your name and tell us where you live currently, and also introduce any guests you have with you. I'll try, if necessary, I'll try running around with a microphone, and I'm afraid it's going to take too long to do that, so I need your help, and I don't want to use the ruler to try to keep things as quiet as possible. And I'll demonstrate exactly what I would like you to do. See, if I had my way, I'd have every one of you stand up here next to your high school picture and have the opportunity to see the deterioration. Hold on, because each one of you are going to get this chance. So I will take this opportunity to introduce my guest, whom I met about a month after we graduated from high school, as a matter of fact. We've been married for 44 years. My wife, Annie. We currently reside in Fort Myers Beach, Florida most of the year. And I know a lot of people who either live in Florida or visit in Florida, so I'm pushing for a reunion in Florida. Anyway, I will move on, and this is alphabetical, pretty much, for those people who are supposed to be. We're looking for Kathleen Ammonite. Where are we?
I forgot what I was supposed to say.
This is an Alzheimer's test. Name, any guess, where you live?
I left my husband home.
This is a smart one there.
I married Dave Catita, class of 60. He took Mrs. Clark's place at the high school for math. So, none of you would have him for math. I live right here in Shepherd Road in Batavia. I actually graduated in St. Petersburg, Florida, at Northeast High School. So my junior and senior year was spent there. But I always felt this was my class. And I came back to Batavia right after graduation. I've been here ever since. Been married to Dave for 46 years, have 4 kids, 8 grandkids, and I'll never leave here. So I love all you guys. It's good seeing everybody.
I forgot there's another rule. Within 30 seconds. All right, we know. Sweets? You might want to explain the sweets.
To tell you the truth, I can't even remember why.
Is that because you can't remember or you don't want to share?
No, I can't remember. Not really. I still live here in Batavia, and I didn't bring any guests, and I guess that's about it. Short and sweet with my hand.
Good enough. Thank you very much. Somebody else will use your time. Little Archer.
I can stand right by the picture. My wife, Pat Blossom Archer, class of 63. We live in Brownville, New York, which is just outside Watertown. And if you'd like to have a reunion there in the winter,
You know, if anybody else is brave enough to stand up next to their picture, Diane Barone.
That's me, Zelda. The Zelda, thanks to Howie Gerhard, who wasn't here. And I married Tony Batavia in '91. I live in Batavia, New York. My house is in the city and in the town of Batavia.
Sometimes the people in Batavia are the hardest ones to get here. So, trust me, I really appreciate those people that came out, and particularly those that were close enough to home to help. Lord Bosler, you said you didn't want to stand up. We can hear
My
you.
hair's still the same. Laura Bosler, Perry, and I'm here with my guest, Jeannie DiMartino. And I'm still in Batavia. I have been for 50-some years.
Thank you. Is she here?
Yes.
Oh, there you are. You don't have to. You don't have to.
I can't walk all the way up there. But my name is Bonnie Bostwick, and I live in Batavia. I taught at Pembroke for 31 years. And I've been retired for 15 years. I took early retirement. And I enjoy myself in Batavia now. And no, I don't have anything to add to that. I cannot bring you guests.
By the way, it's amazing the number of Washington School classmates that are here. Howard Grace. Where's Howard?
Howard Grace, married my wife Marilyn from Albion. We lived in Albion. Been there for 45 years. Been married 45 years. 2 children, 3 grandchildren. Living happily ever after. Careful with it.
Okay, so I guess is my husband John Quincy, and we've been married for 30 years. We have a house in Batavia and a house in Bonita Springs, Florida, where we spend the winter. And you all know we have Oliver's, and I shop there.
Thank you again. And the wonderful thing about this website, if you go in and get a chance to read people's profile, you just found out that there are neighbors in the winter. So another person for the reunion. Danny Colombo.
I'm Danny Colombo. I live in Clarence, New York. Work 39 years. My guest is my wife, Kathy, for 41 years. And three sons, 3 grandsons, no girls.
I know somebody who's got, what, 7 or 8, John Harris. He's got a plethora of young girls. Very attractive if you look on
A
the
couple of them aren't married. None of you men are invited.
Norm Cook. Norm Cook. Gonna fess up here? Oh.
I know exactly where he's at.
You want to stand next to this picture?
Why not?
The contract. Since I know you can't see it over there.
Guest is my wife, Lorraine. We live in Gaylord, Michigan. Let's see, that's just about the 45th parallel, which is, we're on the north side on the way to the Arctic Circle. North Pole, yeah, North Pole.
Oh, George. Give us a whistle.
One last one. Yeah, I was a coach and a teacher, and the whistle came in very handy. Although the biggest time the whistle came in, we were in Italy, crossing from Sicily to the Boot on a ferry, and we were on a train. The train, 2 trains on the ferry. We could get off and watch. Time's up. But to make a long story short, got off the train to watch. When we went to get back on, there were 2 trains, retraced my steps, could not get on the train. So we ended up, I said, what am I going to do now? And I whistled 3 times loud, and my wife says, over here. Right. Still live in Batavia. My wife, Barb, is my guest. We have three children, 6 grandchildren.
And once again, some wonderful pictures on the website. I keep selling this website. If you're not on, get on. That's a homework assignment, by the way. Donna Gaylor, you probably don't want to walk up here for this.
Well, for different reasons. Donna Gaylor Russell, my guest is my husband, Russell. And we live now in Bushnell's Basin on the Erie Canal, very near Rochester. I still own the home I grew up in Batavia. Paying Batavia taxes, yes ma'am. Yes sir. Love the community still. I enjoy knowing what's going on here. That gives me a reason to be here sometimes, is the fact that I own that. Married 50 years, the man says. I'm almost 50. We'll be married 50 years in January. You're all invited.
Delegation, that's a music group. Still is, right?
What?
Your music group, Bushnell's Basin
We still,
Delegation?
yes.
Some people still know how to sing. Some German, you probably don't even need to stand up.
My wife is Maureen Feary, class of 63, married for 44 years. We have 2 children, 3 grandchildren, 1 set of twins. We currently live in Athens, Tennessee. We own and operate an H&R Block tax office. We've done that for the last 7 years.
One more time, Nancy Gray. Nancy Gray? Nancy Gray.
I did not see her come in.
No?
I think her tag is still out on the
Should we
table.
check the bar? Shirley Green, I know she's here. And if you haven't seen the picture with Shirley and Pat LaBarbera, that's on Pat's profile, actually. Really cool.
I moved to Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, about 4 years ago for 3 very good reasons. Grandchildren. So that's where I am.
Thanks.